What's up, YouTube? It is your boy Trell James, and I am going to be reading from Romans chapter 8, verse 6 through 8, and this is for everybody who's been commenting on my previous videos about the blasphemy thing. Uh, I I understand that a lot of you are worried that you blaspheme against God, and you're worried about that these thoughts has overtaken you to the point that God is just completely gone from you, and that's not true. But I'm gonna help you to understand why those thoughts are there, and so just to clear up things, and also for the people who felt like that just because that you had crazy thoughts while you were praying, it doesn't mean that you have to restart your prayer all over again, just so that you feel that your prayer can be pure to God. Because truth is, God understands what you go through, and He understands the distractions and all of that. But I'm coming from Romans chapter 8, verse 6 through 8. And so verse 6 reads, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace." So to break this down real simple, you know, when your mind is 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 uh is of a spiritual mindset, right? It is life and peace. Why? Because you are thinking about heaven, you're thinking about Jesus, you are thinking about holy, pure, righteous things. And so and then when they mention about for to be currently minded is death, um to break that down, when your mind is not on God, your mind is shifted somewhere else, and see, a lot of times when your mind is shifted away from God, it is shifted towards the lusts, the desires of this world. So, so that is a carnal, mindset, because when your mindset is on the things of this world, the lust, the fornication, or what else? The killing, anything that has something to do with going against the word of God. If your mind is on those things, then therefore, your mind is on the carnal things of this life, and also a carnal mind, it is death, because like I mentioned, if you are operating with a carnal mind, then your mindset, it is not focused on Jesus Christ. To have a spiritual mind, it is life and peace, because when your mind is spiritually set on God, then therefore, God will give you that peace. Therefore, there is comfort. And so and so, many times, don't get me wrong, a lot of times, when we go throughout a day, I'm pretty sure that we think about what we're going to do throughout the day, if we're going to play sports, if we're going to walk the dog, if we're going to play on the PlayStation or Xbox, if we're going to go out to eat. And that's okay to, think about those things. But when your mind is on sin, then that's the problem, because that is of a carnal, mindset. And and so and so to define the carnal, it is things that is tangible. And so and so like I said, if your mind is on carnal things, the tangible things, of things that you can touch and feel, especially especially when your mind is not on God, then that's the problem. And then also, verse 7, because the carnal mind is in enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. In verse 8, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. So that lets you know right there that the carnal mind, it is always at war against God. It is always at war against the spiritual mind, because see, a spiritual mindset, it is on holiness, righteousness, it is on purity. So therefore, our carnal mind, it is so filled with the lust and the desires of this world. So therefore, your mind's gonna be filled with stuff of this world. For example, if you're watching horror films, if you're watching and listening to music that is not of God, then therefore you're gonna have intrusive thoughts. You're gonna have blasphemous thoughts against God. And then also check this out. Remember when in the Word of God Jesus said that the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So therefore, you have to know this, that of course that when you're trying to set your mind on Christ and the things above, which is which is having a heavenly mindset, the devil's going to be there to cause division. And so Satan attacks people's mind first, because if he can get their mind, then therefore he can get their focus off of God. And so that's why we have to always walk after the Spirit, because when we are walking after the Spirit, our mind is spiritually minded. So therefore, Satan will always attack you in every angle, especially when he knows that you're trying to do better, especially when he knows that you're trying your best to come to Christ. And so he will attack you through what you watch, through what you listen to, and basically, of what you hear. So therefore, you have to be careful on what you put inside your system. You like you have to be careful with those things. And see, a lot of times people wondering why is it that I'm having all of these crazy thoughts. Well, that goes back to what I just said, earlier. If you're watching things that is not of God, sex videos, if you're watching, horror films, that none of those things pleases God. And let's say that you're not watching those things, but these thoughts are still coming at you. It lets you know that since we are in this flesh, therefore you're going to still have those thoughts. Why? Because we are in a sin nature. This flesh, just like in verse 8, it says that the flesh cannot please God. So therefore, if the flesh cannot please God, and then therefore your carnal mind will never please God. It will always be at war against God. It will always be against God's will. So just wanted to clear that up. And so remember, if you want those thoughts really toned down fast, that's what I did. I used to have crazy intrusive thoughts in my head like crazy, but I fasted. I fasted for 40 days, and now those crazy thoughts, they ain't there. It's like it's not pounding, my head like it used to, used to do. Because when you devote all of your time to God, when you clear out the distractions, and when you set your mind on Christ and willing to serve Him, and thinking of Him and His righteousness, then therefore your mind will begin to transform. And so remember this. Like, I definitely strive to be into and to have a spiritual mindset, because it is life and peace. But I love you all, and you all take care. Bye.